Michael Pence. We're not talking about the British currency. Michael Pence, former Vice President of the United States, these United States of America, not to be confused with those United States, those, fuck them, right? But these United States of America, Michael Pence, has an update for us. Now, Michael Pence is, I believe, running for president, but he hasn't announced it yet. One of those fucking, that little meme. And he's got breaking news. Trump. Donald J. Trump. Can you believe it? Mike Pence sold us this news, right? Like, we didn't find this out anywhere else other than Mike Pence. But apparently Donald J. Trump will be held accountable for January 6th. Right? When you're thinking about that, like, whoa. Michael Pence is like some inside. Merrick Garland is finally doing something. Is Merrick Garland doing something and Michael Pence is the guy who tells us? Donald Trump will be held accountable for January 6th. Wow. So he's going to jail, right? He's disqualified for running for president under the 14th Amendment, right? But just how is Donald Trump going to be held accountable? Oh, let's find out. Pence says history will hold Donald Trump accountable. Oh, great news. History is going to hold him accountable. It's not like we have laws. It's not like we have an attorney general or anything. No. Let's just leave it to history to do the work for us. History will hold Donald Trump accountable. You think so? Wow. In his speech Saturday night, former Vice President Michael Pence delivered what amounted to his strongest rebuke of Donald Trump, criticizing the former president for his role in the lead-up, blah, blah, blah. Quote, President Trump was wrong, Pence said. I had no right to overturn the election, and his reckless words endangered my family and everyone at the Capitol that day. And I know that history will hold Donald Trump accountable. Good news, everybody. Someone get Merrick Garland on the phone. Tell him he doesn't need to do anything anymore because history is going to hold Donald Trump accountable. Don't we have courts? Fuck the courts. Hey, is this in effect, is Michael Pence advocating to abolish the court system, the judicial system? Because, hey, why even have a judicial system if history is the one who gives out sentences, right? History is going to hold him accountable. Now, list of acceptable phrases that would have been better to use instead of this. How about history will judge Donald Trump? Yeah, maybe history will judge him, possibly. But what does it mean to be held accountable? Spoiler alert, it doesn't mean anything. It's an empty, vague phrase that has no definition. But let's assume it did have a definition. What would be the definition you think of? Oh, someone recognizes that they're fucked, they made a massive mistake, and they have to pay for that mistake in some fashion? Okay, so history is going to hold Donald Trump accountable. What does that mean? What does that mean? That, like, Donald Trump is going to, like, look back in 5 years from now, he's going to look back and then, like, and then go, wow, I really messed up. Like, what does that mean? History will hold him accountable. Can we figure this fucking shit? This is like a riddle. You know? This is like one of those fucking, like, you ever eat a popsicle and they throw those riddles on the fucking stick? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? History will hold him accountable. What? The former vice president was speaking at the dinner, a white tie event thrown by journalists in Washington, D.C., a white tie event. Like, does anyone know what a white tie event means? I really need a white tie to enter this. White tie event? What the fuck? I mean, top 10 things that have no definitions. Holding someone accountable. A white tie event. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Like, you're not allowed to have, like, a gray tie? What does that mean, a white tie event? Featured speeches by Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy in addition to Pence. Why the fuck is Phil Murphy going to a goddamn white tie event with Michael Pence? Like, what the fuck are you doing, Phil? What the fuck? What are you doing? Plus, this guy's a governor. He doesn't need to go to Washington. What does he got to go to Washington for? Come on, Phil. Come on, Phil. What the fuck? The annual event tends to be a lighthearted affair with skits and parody songs performed by members of the Washington Press Corps. What the fuck? What is this? Can I get a ticket to this white tie event? I want to see journalists and Mike Pence do a fucking stand-up comedy show. Like, what the hell? And what is a white tie event? What is that? All right, so Michael Pence also said, I once invited President Trump to Bible study. Pence said earlier in his speech, he really liked the passages about smiting and perishing of thine enemies, as he put it. You know, Mike, there's some really good stuff in here. Yo, the idea of like Mike Pence and Donald Trump discussing the Bible. And then Donald Trump turns to Mike and says, you know, Mike, there's some really good stuff in here. That's awesome. Because that implies that, like, Trump has never read the Bible before. But it's also, like, just the phraseology of there's some really good stuff in here. Like, that's awesome. That is awesome. I broke my fucking fingernail. That is awesome. Oh, my God. Fuck. Oh my god. But anyway, that's the news, I guess. There's really, history will hold him accountable, I guess. History will hold Donald Trump. Courts? Nah. Judicial system? At all? Nah. The law? Nah. Anyone else? Literally a single person on earth? Nah. But history will hold Donald J. Trump, correct me here, accountable. Wow. Isn't that just wonderful motherfucking news? I find that to be amazing.